everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the vlog. So in today's episode, are we doing the dashboard or are we doing the front of the car? Well, if you've seen the thumbnail, then you know that we're going to be doing the front of the car. And we had something like 67% of the votes wanted the front end done. So that's what we're doing. So next week we'll do the dashboard. This week we'll concentrate on the front of the car. Now, I've been blown away by the support for the episode I did with the issue with the notorious VW dealer, and I've got another episode actually coming up on a similar vein about the right to repair, because this is becoming quite a controversial issue, and it'll probably be a midweek episode, so look out for that. That's going to drop very soon because there's some very interesting things in that. Anyway, in the meantime, let's get on with the car. So the first thing that we need to do is obviously we need to strip down the front and obviously put all the new bits and pieces that we've got on there. And this week, or last week, was great because the original owner of the vehicle made contact, which is fantastic. So it's given me a little bit of insight into what happened with the incident. So so that's really great. So I'm gonna obviously get some bits and pieces off him that were missing from the car, and that's fantastic to see. Anyway, let's get on with this episode and let's see how we go. Okay, so it's stripped the front down, which is by popular demand by you guys. So it should be pretty straightforward. We'll work on the headlights, we'll then do the grille, then we'll remove the air box, the air intake, and then that should then free up the front end for us to then work on the bumper. And then we'll remove that wing, because if you recall, this wing over here is damaged just down here and needs to be replaced. So quite a bit to do. We have got a new bumper, but the new bumper doesn't have the headlight washers, and since the headlight washers are not required, I'm not really bothered, to be honest. So we're going to cap off the headlight washer kit, and then that should be okay. Now, some of you might be thinking, oh no, you need it for your MOT. You don't. My A4 had the same headlights, LED headlights, and it didn't have any headlight washers on there. So, and I actually don't like the headlight washers because it wastes a ton of water whenever at night you want to clean your windscreen. So I can do without it. Right, let's start the strip down. So the bumper is finally off, and we now can get a better understanding of what's going on behind here. So here is the daylight running light. I've got a replacement for this, but the one thing I don't have is this bit here. This is the ballast, so I'm going to need to order one of these if I'm going to get out of one working. So that's good to know. Here's the water system. It's not electronic at all. All it is a pressure pump. So the pump basically pushes the system open, and it just pushes the jet up, that there. So we're going to get rid of that. Now, one of the things that I have noticed on this car is that it doesn't have the pedestrian crash system, which is a pressure cable that runs behind this foam. So basically this foam is just foam. That's what it is, insulation for the bumper. So that's good. And right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to remove the headlights, and then once we get the headlights removed, then we're in a good place. Now, one thing that I'm not sure, we've got this bit here. Don't know what this is. It might be the alarm or something, I don't know. I'll look at the part number and I'll be able to tell you what that is shortly. So that is that, and over there looks like could be the electric motor. I don't think it is, although it's got high voltage on it. Can you see that down there? Yeah, so we're not going to touch that. And on this side, the mystery of the wiring, so I had these wires here and I was trying to figure out what they were. So this cable here, I think, in fact I know, this is for the near side daylight running light, and this one here is the front passenger sensors. The front sensors on the front bumper. So I am missing one sensor here, so I'm going to order one of those. They're not expensive, they're quite cheap, and I can get one in colour, so we'll get that sorted. But all in all, not bad. I think we are in a better place than I originally thought. With this, I'm just going to cap it. That's what I'll do, but I need to obviously figure out where the pump is, and yeah, that's it. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove these headlights and see how damaged they are. Well, they're damaged, you can clearly see that. We're going to take them off, get the ballast off, fit them onto the new one. Okay, so here's a headlight, and as you can see, it is pretty smashed up. Big split right along here, all the way along here. And also figured out what this box is now. That is the water washer tank, and this here, I was trying to figure out what this was as well. This is the pump that pumps the water. So bottom of this is all damaged, bottom of that is all broken off. So we're going to need a new pump, and we're also going to need a new tank. So yeah, you always find more damage than you expect, but I think so far it's not been that bad, the damage on this vehicle. We've got away with a lot, but yeah, I was expecting some surprises underneath here, so I can live with that. Right, let's take off the other headlight and see if there's anything damaged underneath there. So this side is fine. Here's a headlight, clearly not damaged with the exception of that teeny little chip at the end here, this bit here. Now some people said, oh, just get a new lens, but yeah, try and find a lens for that. It probably is possible, and I'm going to hang on to it in case that is. Now obviously with the front now gone, we've got the power exposed. So what I've done, I've just taken this off the grill and put it there, and that's sealed now to make sure that none of the electrics get wet in the event that we have any rain, although none of is forecast. Okay, so other than that, the front of the car, for a change, is in good condition. No damage whatsoever. The front grille is fine. So yeah, all in all, I am pretty pleased. We're looking pretty good. So we've just got the additional stuff on this side to deal with. But other than that, we are in a good place. Right, so next we're going to take off that wing. Actually, before we take the wing off, let's take off this water bottle, because I need to get the part number so I can order that straight away. Let's do that first. So now that we've taken off the water tank, I don't know what these two pipes were. I was trying to figure out what these were. They were obviously water pipes, but couldn't work out where they came from. Now I do. So these go all the way to there, to the bonnet. So these are the washers for the bonnet. So that's obviously broken, torn off. So we're going to have to figure out what goes there. More importantly, how we're going to repair that, because that's not going to be easy. But like all things on this channel, we'll figure something out. But if someone else out there knows, give us a comment down below. Right, let's sort out this wing. So to take this wing off, we've got two bolts here. There's a bolt underneath here that we can get to just by pulling this out here. So there's a little bolt underneath here that we need to undo. Then once we can pull this out, we'll have a couple of bolts, and then finally down the bottom here, there's two bolts there that need to be done. Then when we get this off, we can then get the new one off. Of course, we will preserve the badge because we need that. So, wing off, and when you take these wings off, what you need to do is take these little plastic lugs, and put them into the new wing. Now, despite Volkswagen's attempts to keep this area dry and thus stop it from rotting, you can see that you get quite a lot of debris down here. That's just literally rolled, and these areas here do tend to rot out. So this car is what, 3 years old, 2018 model, and you can see already how much of this has been built up. So you can imagine what will happen after a number of years with this mud, that it will eventually rot through to the body. So how you maintain that without taking the wing off, who knows, but we'll certainly clean that up and give this car an extended period of life before this area rots out. Right, let's get the new wing on. Okay, so we've got this in now. This this is not the final fit, because at the moment we've got a gap here the size of the San Andreas fault. Okay, so I've got to get 2 other bolts that will pull the wing slightly in this way, because at the moment I can't do that, and plus I need to take the wheel off so I can get the undershield off, so I can get these 2 bolts in here. They're holding tight, but they could be tighter. I just don't have the leverage in there. So for the sake of getting the video moving, and the fact that when I get the front on I still have to do some slight adjustments, it's in as good as it needs to be for now. Okay, so I know all you guys who suffer from OCD, and I'm one of those, don't worry, this is not the final fit. However, it's completely functional and does what it needs to do. So that just needs to be slightly a bit tighter, and then we're good. But for now, we're going to move on to the front. Right, headlight time. Here's the old, here's the new. Obviously you can tell that the old looks dirty, and here's the new that looks nice and shiny. Now what we need to do is we need to replace or take the ballast off there and put it on here. Now one of the headlights did come with a ballast, but we're not going to use that because in the past what I found is that they are coded to the vehicle. So we'll take the one that is working, and we know that one's working, we'll put it on there, and the same with the other. So let's do that. There you have it, one headlight in, and notice how well this headlight fits perfectly, which is good. Right, let's get the other one in now, and hopefully we'll have the same journey as we did on this side. Right, so headlights are in. I've just tested them, and guess what? They all work. So that's good news. Right, one little faux pas though. So I got the this bit here. This is what you use to hold the bumper in place, and I've gone and bought the wrong side. Yeah, so this is for the other side of the vehicle. So we ain't going to be able to fit the bumper, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a soft fit. So it's not going to obviously connect up because we haven't got this bit here, but what we will do is just see how it fits up, and then we'll get those bits ordered up during the week. And there it is, stripped. I am telling you, this was by far the hardest bumper that I've ever had to dismantle. These little tabs down here, complete nightmare. In the end I had to cut a whole lot off just to get the whole grill out. But those are the bits that we've taken out and recovered, so we will put those into the new car. Although we've got, or new bumper, we've got a few bits missing. We've got one sensor missing, we can get that quickly. We've got this frame, so what this does here, this frame here, is it just stiffens up the bumper. One on the other side is broken, so we need to get a new one of those. And also this bottom panel here is also broken, so we've got to get a new one of those. So all of this is additional damage that we didn't see, and we would only see after taking this apart. So what I'm going to do is partially dress the bumper and then just put it on the car just to take a look, and then we'll see how it looks. Well, would you look at that? It's not looking too bad, is it? Of course, we're still missing some trim, so this trim here I didn't replace because it was broken, so I have to order another one of those. And of course, we need to get the ballast for that side, not to mention the connector for that side. But other than that, it's looking pretty good, and I'm pretty impressed. The lines are all good, everything is measuring up fine. She's looking good. Okay, right, well, let me get online and order those other bits, and then I guess we're going to be looking forward to next week. So what we're going to be doing next week now? Next week we're going to be focusing on the dashboard. I've got to check some fuses because I took the clip here right off and connected it direct and it still didn't work. So I suspect that either there's a fuse gone or this control unit here, that might be gone as well. So we'll do the basics first, look for a fuse, we'll do some troubleshooting, and then we'll see what we can do. But next week we will be dealing with the dashboard. That's the big one, and then this car should be in a position to well, get ready for the MOT, because what I want to do is get the MOT done. If I can get the MOT done in the car, then I can drive the car to the body shop rather than getting it transported, which would be easier. Plus I can get the car sort of well, just drive on the road. So there's still a few things that need to be done, but we're getting there, we're making some progress. So there you go. So the car looks great with the front on. Actually looks much better than I anticipated it would do, so that's great to see. So we've got a few bits that we need to order. I'll get those ordered this week. Hopefully they'll come this week sometime. In the meantime, we will be getting on with the dashboard next week, so you'll see that part. And once we get the dashboard done, I am going to get the car MOT'd so we can give it its first official drive. And that's before we get the bodywork done and the suspension. So lots of things to come up in the next few weeks. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe down here and click on the bell notification so you're notified whenever we release some new videos. We've got some good stuff coming up on the GTE, so don't miss out on that. And also I'd like to welcome all the new subscribers, over 1,000 of you, which is fantastic. So good to have you along with the journey, so great. Anyway, we will see you next week, and look out for the midweek video that will drop. We're calling it the midweek rant, and it's all about cars. So feel free to contribute what subjects you would like to see in a midweek rant, and we'll see how we progress. We won't have a midweek rant every week, but just when there is any sort of subjects that come up. So again, feel free to drop in the comments below what you'd like to see in a midweek rant. That's where we talk cars, and we're able to share your views. So have a good week, guys, and we will see you shortly.